Welcome back. And now I'd like to introduce to you Betsy Moore, who's also a mom and unfortunately has a sad story, but it has once again kicked in an adventure and a journey for you that is helping a lot of people. So first off, Betsy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for
And I'm sorry for your loss. And I hate to bring you back to that, but that's where it starts. Could you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, so my son Wilson, he's this full of life kid. He graduated from Heritage High School in 2023. He just didn't know what he really wanted to do. So he was working with one of his former baseball coaches and was learning about surveying and felt like this was kind of going to be his niche. And so we had a rule: when you get home from being out at night, you wake me up to let me know you're home. So an average Friday night, he got home around 12:30 in the evening or so. He woke me up, he talked with me, he played with the dog at the end of my bed, and we had agreed that I was going to go walking in the morning and he was supposed to be going to help his dad with some yard work, and that we would reconnect later in the day. And I had to go help a friend who had a medical issue, and in the meantime I had not heard from him, which was very uncommon. And so I called his dad, and his dad says, I haven't heard from him either. I've been trying to call him. And when I began to look, I realized he had never left the house, which again was not common for him. He was always, up, going.
Sure.
And so I told his dad, I said, I'm gonna leave. I'm with a friend who has a medical issue going on, but I'm gonna leave, and I need you to start heading over to the house, and whoever gets there first. And he called and he said, it's not looking good. And he went upstairs and he found our son Wilson in his bed, who had basically died right after he went to sleep that evening. What we suspect is that he took a pill, either something he thought was a Percocet or a Xanax that was laced with fentanyl, and he died pretty much immediately that evening.
When I'm hearing this, now is this again a pill that they buy online? Or it has to be, right? I mean, it's...
Or from, a
friend or whatever,
or a
but it's not a
dealer
prescribed...
or somebody. It's out on the street, but you think it's safe.
Sure.
And the thing that I realized too as a mom is that my son had Hashimoto's disease, so he took, medicine. He took levothyroxine for years to help with that. He had ADHD, so he had taken medicine for that. And so I taught him that taking prescription medicine, that is okay, but it's not, because it depends on where you're getting the prescription medicine, and you can't even trust getting something from a friend because you don't know where that friend got it from.
Well, and I think that's so key, because I think a lot of people think, well, you're actually buying fentanyl from somebody and you're getting in whatever form, but that's not the case. With everybody we've talked to today, that has not been the case. Now and this happened in February, you just got the toxicology report. I mean, that's a long time.
10 months.
Why?
I think there's a backlog. There's not enough people that are working there. I think the people we have in the medical examiner's office are getting outsourced to other states because they're paying more in those other states. It also comes in and not a priority, but in the way that someone dies. So even someone might have died of natural causes, even though mine might be an open investigation, that trumps this case because it's in the order that they come in and not in the priority.
I want to get, because we are running a little short on time, yours is a little different case in the sense that the federal government is involved. The federal government is doing the investigation. How did that happen? Why is the state not involved? And is that better or not?
I feel like it's better. They've been very on top of things, but it's because the Roseville PD immediately reached out to the federal government, and they looked for their guidance and help within this case to make sure it was done correctly, because this isn't a case that normally happens in our town. And so they immediately realized that they needed some guidance and help, and they wanted to make sure it was done correctly.
Now, for folks who are watching, and you're in that position, because I'm sure you probably didn't know a lot about fentanyl.
No.
I don't want to assume, but so is the first step going to the website? I mean, I'm serious. Is there another place to go that has more information?
I mean, you've got to start talking to your kids.
Yes.
I talked to my son, and I told him, I do not want you to take anything that's not yours, but that's not enough. You really need to educate yourself. You need to be going to websites, but you need to be having some serious conversations with your children about the dangers that are out there, even in just recreational drugs. It's not how it was when we were growing up, and kids need to be aware of that.
Some good advice. I hope a lot of politicians are also watching, because there's some things that can happen, I think, too, and I hope the state does that. Thank you, Betsy. And
Thank
again,
you.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you have any questions and like to know more, visit our website at RaleighCW.com and myrdctv.com. I'm Phil LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters, and we'll see you next week.